Hey, we can go on and on about how Courage the Cowardly Dog traumatized an entire generation of children. Between episodes like The Mask with Kitty and Bunny, or Heads of Beef with the floating noggins, Freaky Fred's naughty ass, the episode where Courage had so much anxiety that because he wasn't perfect. And I know y'all remember Courage's backstory. But we can't talk about iconic episodes without mentioning the episode that put Courage on the map, and that's season 1, episode 7A's King Ramses Curse. Let's get into it. So the episode opens up with two thieves fleeing from the police, and one of them looks to the other and says, "Drive faster, because if they catch us with it, we're done for." Which leads the driver of the car to pull over, say, "You right," and they bury the tablet because they said, if they catch us, we'll have nothing on us, and we can just come back for it later. So they bury the slab, they get back in the car, and then it starts to get a little foggy out there, and we hear the iconic phrase. And it's crazy because they don't even get a chance to get out the car, dig up the slab, and give it back to bro, because he murders them off rip. You know what? I don't even want the slab no more. You're gone. And I know what they were thinking. The slab is going to be good because we buried it in the middle of nowhere. Who lives in the middle of nowhere, though?
He was found by Muriel, who lives in the middle of nowhere with her husband, Eustace Bag.
We then pan over to Courage sitting in a window, looking outside, talking about what's going on out there? And then we get a transition from nighttime into daytime. And so Courage, being a dog with that dog in him, goes outside, digs up the tablet, brings it in the house. Muriel goes, "Ooh, what's this?" Gives it to Eustace. Eustace looks at it and goes, "I know what it is. It's garbage." And then, he's complaining, stupid dog, bringing in stupid garbage, until he clicks on the TV. The anchorman on the TV mentions that it's $1 million slab that was stolen from a museum. Eustace, dollar signs in his eyeballs, says, "I'm rich," gets the tablet, and now it's up for auction. Muriel, being the grandma that she is like, "Yo, they said it was stolen, Eustace." And Eustace says, "All I heard was, it's worth $1 million. And you know what that means. New lawn chairs." Like, nigga, what? Anyways, while they're having a discussion, Courage looks down at the slab, and it's got some markings on it. And one of the markings that looks like King Ramses disappears. He tries to explain, they don't understand. Eustace puts an ad in the paper immediately. They get a knock on the door, and it's an archaeologist who works with the museum asking for the slab back. And while the guy is talking, Courage is trying to tell them about the situation. And usually I was really good at trying to pick up what Courage was saying as he was shapeshifting and all this other stuff. But I really have no idea what bro was on until the end, where he's like, "Please give them the tablet, bro, please, or something bad is going to happen." And Eustace looks down at him. He goes, "Ha, ha, ha, what's your offer?" And the archaeologist is basically like, "Well, we are actually member run and we don't have any money, but instead of the $1 million reward, we can give you this tote bag as a token of our appreciation." To which Eustace replies, "Boy, if you don't get..." Night falls, and Eustace is holding on to the slab, rocking back and forth, talking about all the things he's going to buy with his $1 million. Like fly swatters, spark plugs, tennis rackets, just the huge. The front door starts to rattle as if somebody's shaking the doorknob. Eustace gets up, checks on it, opens the door, and then we see him. The image that haunted us for years to come. Now, this episode dropped in 2000. Your boy was Tree. I remember seeing the episode and then seeing this guy in my dreams for the foreseeable future. Anywho, we ball. Eustace, however, looks him dead in the eyes, hears his whole little spiel, and then retorts with, "What's your offer?" Finders keepers. Those are his two main slogans this episode. Ramses, I guess a little more willing to discuss this time than just resort straight to murder. Let's Eustace know.
"You will be visited by 3 plagues, each worse than the last. Return the slab."
Eustace replies, "Ha! Nice try, Professor," because he thinks it's the archaeologist dressed up trying to get the slab back.
Nice try, Professor.
And then he slams the door and goes back into the house. Also, he says, who does he think he's kidding? I could see the zipper on that cheap costume. Gang. And apparently the first plague is flooding, because the little wave symbols on the tablet disappear, and then it starts to leak in the house, and then water just starts rushing out. And everybody's trying to get to higher ground. They run upstairs, and Eustace is willing to die for the tablet. He's willing to die with the tablet, because brother puts on a snorkel mask, and it's not how snorkeling works. And he's just sitting on the ground when Muriel is like, "Eustace, do something." He was going to let her and Courage, and more than likely himself, vanquish before he gives up that $1 million. And honestly, in this economy, I don't blame bro. Courage finds a drain, cartoon logic, and empties the house out. First plague, done. We get a little funny pan over to King Ramses where he's like, "Oh, come on." I'm going to play it right here.
Oh, come on.
King Ramses then says again, "Return the slab." Eustace replies once again, "What's your offer?" All of a sudden, the record player symbol on the tablet disappears. And we get the most annoying, I thought it was a banger, didn't back then, but on this rewatch, I like it. It's called The Man in Gauze, which is a song, it's a very repetitive song that's in reference to King Ramses. Courage runs around, finds the record player, destroys it, second plague, done. Muriel's pissed now. She goes, "Eustace, what are you waiting for? Till we're 6 feet in the ground?" And Eustace is like, fine, fine, fine. Opens the window, yells out, "All right, but $1 million's the lowest I'll go." So he's still not willing to give it up. Third plague, OTW. Here comes the swarm. Now, me personally, it doesn't matter what kind of bug it is. It could have been a swarm of ladybugs. The slab is yours, brother. Hey. it's yours. But I think they're locusts. So they come, they start eating the house. Courage is fighting with Eustace over the slab now, and Muriel runs out and then runs straight to the kitchen and just starts cooking bacon. Like she's moving. And I think it's from anxiety. I don't really get the joke or the point of this scene, but that's what she's doing while the locusts are eating the house. So right before the locust killed him, Eustace is like, okay, fine, take the tablet. Courage takes the tablet, throws it through the window when over the house was right there, whatever. And Eustace is like, wait a minute, I'm bugging. Runs out, grabs the tablet, and says, why did I do that? And he looks at King Ramses and he goes, that's 3 plagues, bucko, you're out of ammo. King Ramses, in turn, ups more locusts, to which Eustace looks at the swarm and says, what's your offer? And they get him. Obviously, they kill him. And we get a cutscene to Muriel and Courage sitting in their half house watching TV, and it's a piece on the archaeologist saying that the tablet was returned to the crypt of King Ramses, where it's going to be buried for all the time. Muriel says, I wonder where Eustace is. And we get a scene cut down to the crypt, and Eustace is now a part of the tablet. He screams, ah! And then silent, what's your offer? The end. This episode did spook a lot of people. I think they definitely soft launched what the limits are to what these episodes could be, because a lot of Courage episodes were meant to be for an older class of kids. If you know about the history of the people who created the show, you do know that they did have a lot of different shows in the works that weren't made for kids. So this one kind of was just like, oh, we're on it. And Cartoon Network greenlit it, and we got the other iconic episodes that I mentioned at the very beginning of this video. So if you have something that you'd like me to talk about, let me know in the comments.